Well, I know one other person said they were coming, but we can go ahead and get started. Y'all have signed into your command?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's get signed. Let's go ahead and follow along with me here. Where the designs tab is, you're on the left-hand side. We're gonna click on the little paintbrush.
All right, so we're going where?
Sign.
This is signs, okay.
Okay. All right, so designs. So from here, we're going to create a newsletter, right? In our designs. So
Hang on a second, I need to turn the lights off.
Okay. Thanks. Better?
Much better.
Okay, so you do have a few like email templates here. But we're gonna start with clicking on create design in the top right hand corner.
Okay, create design.
And we're gonna choose email. You see you have email, social, print, and video. We're choosing email. And then next. Okay, so within here, there's some email templates that are kind of new and default here. So you do have like there was actually
Hey Pam, pull the microphone a little bit closer to you. There you go.
there was one here that had an email template. I think it's the one that says Happy New Year in mine. I'm not sure what yours says. And that would be just an email template that you could, is already created. You can go in and download that and edit it.
Let's see what.
And we're not gonna choose that one, but I just want you to be able to see that option.
Oh, yeah, I see. I had to load them all up. Happy New Year, okay.
So you would just use that one if you wanted, and you can actually have the template kind of already built in. But we're gonna start from scratch and click up here in the right-hand corner on create new template. Okay, so when you get to this spot here, are you guys with me?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here's your template's gonna be here on the left-hand side. These are all the things that we can add in and have to add in as we're creating. So for example, if you want to start with the legal header, you can go down here and click on legal header and just click on it and drag it to the top. You see that green line right there? That's where it's going to drop. So, and it's kind of important to be able to see that as we're going. Now, yours may not look the same as mine does when I click on options over here to preview this so far. So if you click on options, click on preview, what I'm getting at is the logo.
Yeah.
If your logo is stretching into your name, we can fix that. Two different ways. I can give you this logo, just for marketing purposes. Is it more of a stack instead of the long one? What's yours saying, Kimberly?
Mine's good. Mine
Not running into your
shows
name.
out flat, you know, flat.
Mine's in my name on here.
Say,
Okay. Yours is good.
yeah.
Okay, and let me see yours. Thank you.
This one. No, I want to do the
So-
Richards group one. I have
Okay,
that
so
on
actually what we're gonna do then, follow me here and we'll go back.
I'm sorry.
Out of the preview.
I'm Max Richards.
Max.
Yeah. Nice to
Kimberly
meet ya.
Shell, nice to meet you, Max. You're the guy that wants some money, I remember.
Yes.
that.
that's done,
Yeah.
that's done.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna exit out of this preview.
Okay.
And we're actually, if you don't wanna use this logo or the legal header here, Max, click on it. And then we're just, like, you've got a little up and down arrow and a plus sign and a little trash can right here. So you can just trash that. What you're gonna do is add an image. So you're gonna take the image block and drag it over, okay? And then it's gonna ask you to pull from your images. Do you already have it into your,
I have it in a file on my computer.
okay, so you're gonna probably click on add images here and then add that logo in. So I'm gonna wait for you to do that. Kimberly, you're good with yours, right?
Yeah, I'm good. How do I get rid of that? Oh, I just pulled the image up to look at it, but yeah.
You're good. Okay. Let me know when you're there, Max.
Yeah, I got
Actually-
it in there now.
Do you? Okay, first, sometimes you have to, when you're going to upload that, you have to click on the picture to get it to go. And you might want to go ahead and click on edit on the right. And maybe pull that down, so it's not taking up much space. And scroll down over here. Oops, I'm sorry. Perfect. All right, so now you're just gonna go back at this point, and we're gonna start adding more content.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see right there with, when you're adding an image, you do have options on the right-hand side to kind of play with that image a little bit. Max, if you, well, let me just show you here. Add this image. So within my picture over here, I now have the option to replace or edit this picture. The alternate text, if you want to put something in there, is if someone can't click on the picture, they can see some verbiage here. And you can link any image to, as we're going forward here, like a landing page in your website, that kind of thing. You can change the styling here and your pixels. You can move it from left, right to center. And then if you wanted to add a border, you can do that too. Although that's not really turning it on and off, but I think. Let's see what that does. So it did add a little bit of border there for us. Okay, so I'm gonna delete mine, I'm not using that. So what I want to show you too quickly, hold on. Let me get into. I created two different ones just to have for fun. So this is kind of what I'm gonna, this is a little more simplified, so I'm gonna kind of go off of this one for right now, and I can go and show you another one that Rima just sent out that was a little bit more elaborate, that looked really nice. So basically, we're gonna kind of just
George,
follow,
if Rima can do this, I can't,
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
right? And hers looked really good.
She's a good girl, I like Rima.
So now if I'm going to maybe kind of go forward with that same theme, and I want to choose that background color. I'm gonna go over here to the top where it says blocks and background, and click on background. And here you can see you have an option to do different sizes. You have color or image, and it's mine's on the color. Now, if I go into the background color box, this gives me all these options I can choose from. So I'm gonna try and look for some green down here. And find one that's not too overwhelming. And it's kind of bold. If you don't want to do that, you can leave it white. And I do have to say, if you're doing the legal footer, it won't show up on this green.
What won't show up?
The legal footer won't show up on the green background.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I'm kind of just going by this, how I created a simple one. But if you don't want the green background, you don't have to do that. You can leave it white. I'm going to go back to the blocks. So now I'm going to go back in here, and now I can come in here and add one column. I can add two columns. I can add three columns, and then come in here and then put my content in. Like I want to put in an image over here, and it's going to ask me to pull from my images again. Okay. I'm going to try and build it like I did here. So I'm going to go back into my this image. I'm going to put an image here. And I had my little St. Patrick's Day guy here.
Where'd you find that?
So in order to be able to put images in here, you've got to download them from your device.
Right, I meant
So I
that
just-
actual.
Yeah, I just go into Google and I start, just, here, I'll show you. St. Patrick's Day, and then you do have to be careful because whatever image you choose has got to be a JPEG or a PNG or it won't take it. So I kind of have to just click on one, and I clicked on, let's just say this one, for example. If I right click on this now, I've opened it, which I don't think you have to open it. And I click on save image as, it's going to show me what that style type is, that file type.
So that's where you found it.
Yes,
Okay.
then I save it to my computer and then I just pull it in,
Gotcha.
all right? I want to edit that and make it so it's not so wide, I can come down here and do this. And just save it, it's gonna take that size down a little bit. And then we're gonna go hit the back button here on the left-hand side. And now I have already added these guys in here, I can take them out if I want to. Let's go back into my design. And I'm going to put a listing in, for example. So I'm going to add a listing block over here on the right-hand side, you see that? I'm gonna drag it over. If I wanted to, let me get rid of this one. Come on, get out. It won't let me trash it. I'm just trying to get it out of here. Should've done that, huh?
It should come out.
It's like shoved in my little trash can.
Grab it and see what happens. Huh.
Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, so now I've got this column into one column at least. And I'm going to add my, my listing image. So I'm gonna take this, this listing block, I'm gonna drag it in over here into my column that I've already added, right? Now, up here from the autofill listing that populates over here on this side, you can autofill from any listing. So I'm gonna click on that. And if you have a listing, obviously you can sort that by your, my listings, and your listings will pop in here. Obviously mine, I don't have, so. I can pull this up by address or MLS number. And just for kicks and giggles, I'm gonna choose ones already populated here, just for fun.
Okay.
It'll pull from all over the United States. I don't like any of these, but we're just gonna choose something. One with a picture, obviously. And these are all sold. Okay, I'm just gonna put on view on this one. I'm just gonna plop this picture in, okay?
Okay.
But what the thing is, it's gonna take all the information from this listing for you and put it in here.
So you just highlighted the one photo that you wanted?
Yes, the photo that you want, correct. I can replace this image. This is a bad example. I like mine much better over here.
That's fine.
But it just takes a little while to find it. And I used, I think Tracy Dixon's listings on that one. So now I have the option over here on this little block that I put in. If I scroll on down, here's the address, city, state, zip, all that. If this is incorrect, you can always change it. Now, if I want to link this to, which I think is important, my web address, you're going to go up into the URL and pull up your website and take that URL and put it in here. You need me to show you how to do that?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm in my website. I'm going to click on search properties, which is kind of important because we want to pull up that property. And again, these are not going to correspond. I'm not going to take the time to actually find the listing. So I'm just going to choose this one, click on this house. And then I want this URL for my.
So you want the exact
You want the
URL, not
exact-
just to your website?
Correct. And you pop that in right here into the web address, so that when they click on this picture over here, it's gonna take them to your website on that property listing. On down here a little bit further, I can position this to the left, to the center, and to the right. I can also do horizontal and I can do vertical. Center maybe. Okay. And if I like that, then I'm just gonna go back to the back button now and go to the next option, which is, you kind of want a layout of what you're doing. If you want to add another listing here like I did, you can do that. And then I added 2 more listings in here that were active. I mean, this was just, whatever you want to put in here. Now, I'm going to come back and show you something real quickly. Back to my email real quickly. This is Rima's newsletter, which looks fantastic. I'm just showing you some content that you can put in. And we'll go into more of that later, but I wanted to show you kind of what hers looks like. Okay. I'm going to go back into my design. Okay. Here we go, okay. So anything I wanna add in here, if I wanted to add another listing block, I can do that. If I want a divider in between these lines, for example, I can come up here and add this divider, so that's gonna give you a little bit of a line. And it gives you an option here, if you wanna color it something different, you wanna color it red, whatever, and you can use that little red line for the next divider section. Let's say you wanna put a market snap in here, you can do that right here by adding this over here to the market snap. If it doesn't look like right on my green background, I don't think you can really do much with, the way that's, the colors are there. We might have a little bit of options. So I'm gonna just choose 43082. And it's going to give me the postcode here, and then I can select my neighborhood within here. So I'm just gonna choose Westerville, for example. So here we go. I've got a market snap right here for neighborhood trends. I think in order to be able, I actually can take this headline color and the body text color, let's make the body text color white. And then now I can see it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's easy if you know your colors too. I've got a list of color numbers,
Yeah.
and so it's really easy. Yeah, that's nice.
Okay,
That
so
looks
now I
good.
have one. Okay, so now we're gonna go back at this point. As you're moving along, you could probably, it wouldn't hurt to click the save button every now and then. And it will, if you try to exit out of it, short of clicking the X, it'll give you a little pop-up warning. Are you sure you wanna close out and lose your work? Okay, so we've got the market snap. If you wanted to do an event block, you can just pull that in and put your information in there. You're gonna have to have that information like already pre-made, like a flyer or something.
So let's say like, we'll be doing an event soon, so if we wanted to send out an event email, then like whatever I create in Canva,
Yes,
then I can drop it into
Yes.
that. That's what you're saying.
you have to upload it. So you're gonna save that Canva image to your device.
Mhm.
And then when it comes time to add an image, you're just gonna click on pull in the image.
Would it be an image or would it be the event block?
Let's try the event block just to see what it's gonna look like, because it's, you're kind of creating the event block from here.
Okay, I'm curious as to see how to create that then.
Okay, so within your event block, you are gonna wanna pull in some kind of an image.
Right, okay,
Place, and we're gonna add this, for example.
okay.
And then you have the option here
Oh, I
to
see.
title it
Uh-huh.
and all that, and then you can actually, you have a call to action button here, view details, that we can click on. There's no. Oh, that's because I use this image that's already in there on that image. So that what you would wanna do after you're hi Bellen, after you've added this event block, then you're gonna wanna add a call to action button. Which would be the button over here.
Is that a call to action? Okay.
Yep, so I'm gonna just drop it in. It's gonna show up down here. Now I have the option to title this button. Click here. And I can link it to whatever landing page or website I wanna link it to. Right, you gotta have either create your own landing page and or use your website.
Okay.
All right, and then you can change the color of your button. Let's change it to red, just for kicks and giggles. And then your font size and your text, type, your font type, you can change all that here as well. And then your text color, which is already showing up on the red with the white, which I like that.
Mhm.
I can move it to the left, I can move it to the right, or keep it in the center. Okay, you definitely have to have that linked to something though, in order to make that work. Okay,
Could you link that to a oh, what is it? What is the people use it a lot to register for events.
like a Google form.
Eventbrite?
Yeah, event.
Okay.
Can
Yeah, you can
link
take it,
that?
actually you can, because I looked at Rima's. She has, this, you're invited here into our drawing for a prize event, and so I just downloaded her picture, her image, to use
right.
that. Her register here button is going to take us right to this Google form.
Yes, that's what, okay, so yes, we can do that, okay,
Yes.
great.
Okay. Sorry, Belen, you want me to back up?
Nope.
Okay, well, let's get you caught up. You're gonna go into your design studio.
Okay, sorry, you
You're
guys.
fine. Let me pull it up over here on the side.
And you are recording, right?
I am recording.
Oh, you are?
Go ahead and just click on create design and we'll get you caught up very quickly.
Trying to get into command. Now, keep going, Pam, I'm sorry.
Let me know when you get logged in.
Okay, I don't know why it wants me to, it's sending me a code now.
It makes you, on your device, if you're in a new Wi-Fi or something, it's,
Nothing,
yeah.
which I think is just so odd.
Okay, so just a food for thought, don't add all those damn blocks. Don't do that like I did. The kids are hard to get rid of. Do them as you're going.
For neighborhood trends, is there a way to like do like all Granville, Ohio, or do
I
you just
think-
have to do like a specific, like,
Let's look at that.
I was wondering that also, I was
Yeah.
wondering if you have to do, like, can you enter multiple, zip codes?
I don't think you can do more than one zip code. We'll look at it here real quick.
Okay.
So like you're doing the neighborhood trends right here.
mhm.
This one, you're adding that block. The market snap. That's the right one.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, so I'm gonna add that down here. And then neighborhood trends. So you can. I think you can only choose by the postcode. Now you could find your own comparisons, your market snaps, wherever you wanna find them, and download an image of it and just upload it there.
Oh, okay, and just.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put
You
the
can tweak
text in there.
that
and
down to
just-
MLS or however you wanna do that, whatever information you wanna pull from the MLS.
Okay,
You can just maybe snapshot it and save it to your device and add that here. I think actually Rima did one, find hers again. Did. She pulled something, this fair house, or this central Ohio housing report, that was not it. Where did I pull that from? So here, she pulled this and just basically took the URL for it,
Interesting.
okay?
gotcha.
So I wonder, click on what, October, just click on October's new release. Okay, no, never mind.
So take where you want to go.
No, I was thinking if it just took us to like the graph she had, or the, just actual statistics.
Okay.
You could screenshot that, download it, and then save it as a JPEG or whatever and drop
And
it in.
probably the RVR.
Mhm.
You might be able to pull some different graphs in there as well, maybe. I can't access that because.
What does it, click on the housing report Columbus region, I'm just curious, right there in the middle. Top one, what happens? Yeah, there you go. So you could actually take that whole page if you wanted to, or one page of it, or even half of it, and do that.
Oh, yeah,
So right here, this is allowing me to click and download here and save it to my device.
Yeah, yeah, you could do that, even if you just took the top quarter of it if you wanted to, so yeah.
yeah, or you could just do text too and put a picture on there. If you just wanna pull from the MLS just for like a specific, like Granville or Newark, Ohio, or Tassville or whatever.
Yeah, just do like your own CMA, come up with your numbers and, yeah.
Just put the text in there, yeah.
Okay, so Belen, where are you?
Designs.
Let me see, this will let me get out of here real quick.
on new design.
Create
new.
Okay, so you're gonna go into,
Go to email. Next.
And we're gonna-
Template,
the top one, create new template.
and there you are.
Okay.
And then what she started with,
The legal header.
grab that, drop it over there. She has the bottom header. The bottom footer, I should say. So she'd want to drag.
So you wanna do legal headers, put that one in there? Now you have the option to put it whenever you're working on these things. It's like,
Wrong one.
so yours is running into your name as well. I can send you a smaller logo, because it does not look good when it comes through, because it is that big. So I don't like the way that looks. So you have an option to do, at this point, let's just, we might have to just go with that one.
Next
How long have you been in this?
Right.
Oh, I think a year and 2 months now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So did you just decide to follow mom and dad or?
Well, I actually graduated from OSU in financial planning.
Like my
so I worked
logo,
in that.
download it,
you have it?
somewhere in the computer.
Remax Town
Yeah,
Center.
so let's do.
It's actually starting a group and I was like, you know
I think
what?
you and I
I
tried
quit.
the other
I started
day
doing
and
real estate. I haven't looked back since then,
So
so.
browse from your device.
did I email that?
We came, Jill and I,
Did
this
it
was.
download it? I remember I was working on that.
Yeah.
But it was over.
But I don't know
Around this side
what
of-
we did with it.
East side when it first opened.
Oh, yeah.
When Robbie and them did it things.
Oh, yeah, gotcha.
it.
So how long have you been with Keller Williams for?
You know, I'm thinking that I have been with them, that is my 15th year.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah, that's awesome.
That shows up on my profile.
I probably would maybe edit this a little bit, so it's not taking up too much space, and take this down, so it's not too much white, to pull it down.
This guy here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. See at the bottom.
But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's 15 years.
13 years.
Yeah, I've been doing the business 34.
34, yeah, so you have
Now
my
you're
mom beat
stuck.
it, she's 29 years in the
You don't have
business.
our logo in there, but you put all that in the
Your
middle
mom's
of
is
the
fine.
bottom.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead and email me another one, like you said.
And one what?
The logo, you said you have one that it's smaller,
Oh,
or
yeah.
did I misunderstood?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
It'll be fine on the legal footer, I believe. It's just
Yeah, I
a
always
little
knew I
header.
wanted to be in real estate,
not
like
that.
that was my
Not the
original
footer, the
path
header.
at
Yeah.
OSU.
Right,
was,
so header, well,
development.
our logo will
commercial
be at the bottom.
development, That sort of thing.
Oh,
So you
okay,
have-
so I don't have to add the header, right?
You guys are out of Lancaster?
So now we're gonna.
No, Granville.
Granville, yeah, we do a lot, but we
Box now.
do stuff
Okay.
everywhere, like we got
And then
Mountain
you
Grove
insert
City,
your
that's where I'm
adding
heading after
text.
this today, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, once you're in business for a period of time, you sell everywhere.
Oh.
Right.
You just, it's the same thing for me, I sell all over. North,
So let's say I had
south,
that, I
you know,
can
it just,
download that
you know,
picture and
it's-
put that as
You
an
can do that,
image.
yeah.
just where your clients want to go.
Right.
You know, you just, back in the day, you had little neighborhoods you concentrated on now because everybody's so transient, you know, you just sell wherever.
right, yeah, wherever, yeah, especially with the internet and everything.
So here's your event block, 'cause you're gonna wanna.
Like I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about like
You're gonna
how,
want to, link
like
it
you
from
had your like
something
5
where you
realtors that were in a town and that sort of thing, and it was all about mail ads and the newspaper and that sort of thing, and how
sizing.
now it's so different from that,
So we're gonna leave that there
Oh,
now,
yeah.
and then I'm
Definitely.
showing them
Mhm.
what, can you see up here?
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
showing
you
them-
guys, thank you for.
No, you're fine.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
So I'm just getting to know Max a little better.
So I'm just kind of showing her, I've got my, anytime you wanna preview this, you have the option up here to preview and send a test email. A test email comes through really quickly, but you almost, make sure you save it first before you click on send email. So I'm gonna just send test email just to show you guys how quick it is.
Do you guys do any newsletters currently, or? is this-
No,
you're
we're trying to get
So,
that
We're
started.
trying to get that started, okay.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know if you use a different platform already, or.
No, we don't either, and we're,
This is fascinating. So here, the template came through immediately. and this is what I have built out so far. You can see what it looks like,
Nice.
okay? So I kind of go back and forth, because sometimes you can't see exactly what you're building, what it's gonna look like. Okay, so then it's a happy Valentine, or happy St. Patrick's Day. I just pulled in an image from my computer that I had downloaded, and then I pulled it in this way.
Are those images that you're getting from Google, or these are images that we
Anywhere.
have somewhere in this design center?
As long as it's, I'm not pulling from the design center, I'm pulling from Google.
From Google,
Yeah.
okay, because I know sometimes when you look at images in Google, like the quality of the
It's
image,
gotta be
or there's like
JPEG
a
or PNG.
watermark, so,
Yeah, you gotta find something that's not.
okay.
It's gotta be a JPEG or PNG also. So
Oh,
I was showing them actually, let's just go down here and
I wonder if Canva may have better images.
pull in another image block here.
Mhm.
So here's my images are here, listing images are here. If I wanted to pull in a listing, I click on the listing images, and I can pull anything in here from this area. And then my add images is where I'm gonna pull it from my device. Okay, so if I click on my add images, there's something on this device for me to download, but I did go out here into Google and said, State images, I'm gonna click on one. When I go to click on the right, if I right click on this image, save image as, it gives me the file type, it says JPEG right there. So we know that's good. If it says web or something other than JPEG or PNG, it's not gonna work,
So it has to be JPEG only,
or PNG,
or PNG,
correct.
okay.
And it'll tell you that, it'll give you that error.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so if I wanted to pull in an image, I'm gonna go over here and say replace it. I'm gonna pull from my images that I already have here, like this one, for example, and say replace. Okay? I can edit this image a little bit, not a ton. I mean, I can only make it smaller, or, it's not giving me like to shrink it down.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I don't like. I keep
So
shrinking it down.
basically have it all completely edited to the best that you can so that it's ready to be dropped in.
Okay, then Bellen, we did a neighborhood trends here by adding in. Hold on here. So the market snap over here, this little block right here,
Mhm.
if I'm building this out and I want like a divider in between my images, I can put some divider in here. And it asks for the color and all that good stuff, I can make it black, where I wanna make that. And the width of it. So
How did
now,
you make the background green?
okay, so the background is up here, blocks and background.
Oh, duh.
If I can switch it back to white just to, so it's a little cleaner. Or light green, that works, we'll do that. So I can do my background as light green, I think that looks better anyway. And then we're gonna go back to the blocks. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in my market snap
Mhm.
under this. Oh, shoot, I gotta get rid of this, hold on. Once you get these in here, they're hard to get out. That's a lot. Okay, market snap,
Mhm.
here we go. But that, it's gonna go below that green line, wherever that green line is, as I'm dropping it, where it's gonna end up. So now it's giving me this neighbor's content over here, so it says neighborhood trends, if I want to title that something else, I can. You can really, it looks like you can only pull from postcode, so I'm gonna pull from 43082, and it's gonna give me neighborhoods over here. And then I'm just gonna choose Westerville. And now I have this neighborhood trend, I can choose different colors for my headline text and my body text, which I think I'm gonna make the body text a little darker because it's hard to see.
Do I have to select a neighborhood once you put in the zip code, or?
I think you do. We can go try it again. Choose zip code.
Because I put in my zip code, which is Pickerington, and it's giving me different areas like Bentwood Farms, Tuzzing Row,
What's your zip code?
43147.
431.
Let's just see if it'll save
So
without.
if
See,
you
it's
don't
not
pick
giving
a
me-
neighborhood, it just picks
Right.
your whole area.
And
Yeah,
there's no,
So
there's no
you
stat.
might be able to find like the main a zip code for, do you know what the main zip code is?
Yeah, 43023.
Okay, try that one.
But if you don't choose a neighborhood, you don't have any stats.
Okay.
I thought,
I was
okay.
gonna say, yeah, it's giving me 0 for Pickerington as well.
Oh, it shows the area but not the stats?
Well,
Let
see
me
right
see
here
if I
where I've
choose
got
one.
active stats and sold stats, I mean, there's nothing there until I choose a neighborhood.
Yeah, she's right, because I just chose a random one and it's showing pending listings 1. So,
Now this one, I just put in Westwood and it's not getting me anything either.
let's see, Pickerington will have what it's showing. Active listings 2, pending 1, average date of the market
That's because,
18.
yeah, there's none there.
Yeah.
There's what?
Now, I
There's
do
none.
have a quick question. Is there any way to edit that neighborhood trends?
At the bottom?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't
No.
think we were that far,
So
but that
you
would have
don't-
been nice because you could have just pulled up the map and
Right,
then edited whichever you wanted to, but yeah, I'm sure you
no, this
can.
is all your options right here.
Yeah,
If I wanna add a border around it, I can add my border around it, you know,
It would be nice if you didn't have to pick the neighborhood and it was just giving you anything under.
so
that zip
here's what I
code.
would suggest to get around that, which I was just telling them, I think, when you came in.
Okay,
Find it somewhere else, download it, and put it right here as an image.
so if you created
Oh.
like, you could do neighborhood trends and create it in Canva and then save it, you know, with the stats and things.
Well, depending on where you're finding it though, I mean, when we did the MLS, if you can find something in here that you want, you can just download this and put that information in, or you're gonna have to have it. I'm trying to think if there's another place in.
so what you're
Command.
saying is either find it somewhere or find the data somewhere and create an image in Canva, for example.
Yeah, just do
and
a
download.
CMA, just do a CMA, get your line CMA and it tells you know, listings, sold, you know, average price, et cetera. And then just create that yourself really quick in Canva. You'll save it, it'll be the same thing you use all the time. And just update the statistics every month and then just drop it right back in. It's actually very simple.
Here, let me show you
No,
Rima's,
Um,
let me show you Rima's, design. So this was Rima's newsletter that came out today.
Okay,
So she's got it very specifically contented, so, I mean, she's got probably these graphics she uses all the time.
okay,
Her logo is kind of running in her name, it's not horrible.
just like mine.
She stacked her name, which I'm not sure where that's pulling from in order to be able to do that. But I do have a smaller logo that's stacked, if that helps you. And then she's come down here and she's added this information in here, and then she has a call to action button here, this learn here button. It's gonna open up and show you more information on that. And coming down here too, she's got the Central Ohio Housing Report update, and if I can download and save hers. So here's a graph. And then she has small towns that you can visit on your next day trip. And click another call to action button. So these call to action buttons are gonna require a URL wherever you're pulling it from.
Oh, so you could put the URL just like how she did above and.
So as we're building this,
Oh.
it is asking if I wanna add, let's just go down here and say, I'm gonna add this button in over here.
Is that the call to action
Yes.
one?
So
Okay.
now I have the option to name this whatever I wanna call it,
Oh,
right here. And then say link to. You either have to have a landing page or choose your website. So if I chose my website, I would just make sure I'm on the right page within my website and take that URL. Does that make sense?
yes, it does. I thought when I read website, well, I can't see it from here. I thought it wanted us to take them or redirect them to our personal website.
Yes, but you have to go,
But you can also
Point
use
it.
somebody else's
you could, sure.
data or
Absolutely, yes.
anything we want them to read and add that URL into that.
Right.
Okay,
Now, the MLS, you can't because they're not gonna be able to click on that.
that's right, because I don't have a membership yet.
Okay, any questions on that?
I do have a real quick question, because you know Jill and I are a team. Because my header just shows myself,
Okay,
can we edit the header?
no. You can do your own header. So here's what I was doing earlier. I'm gonna take this Market Center logo, this is what I pulled in, was this legal header right here. I'm gonna trash it real quickly
Uh-huh,
and. So then I'm gonna take, probably an image and add it above there.
so like if I create my own header, then I can just drop that in there.
Yes.
Perfect.
You can actually come in here and just do replace with, let's just say this one, for example. And if I wanted to, maybe I should have done that. Let's go right below it. Let's go and add a text in right below it.
Mhm.
Because what I did, with my first one here, I came in and did this at the bottom because I didn't like the footer, or it's just an alternative to the footer, so you can, my grandbaby, but you can put
I was
in.
gonna say.
I didn't have,
Grandbaby's so cute.
Smile.
I didn't have a good picture of myself, so I just put him in there. So you can kind of create this information at the top if you wanted to. And then like right here, you can put your contact information in right here.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to do that because we'd be sending it to all of our clients, so.
And
it
if you
would
have
have
an
to-
image of the two of you together,
Mhm.
put that in up here.
Yeah, I have it in the header because, you know, we have a Next Level Heart and Home.
Okay, so here's what I did here, just kind of, well, I dropped in the two columns and put them over here.
Uh-huh.
In this column, I'm gonna put a text, an image. I'm gonna drag that image in,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna pull my logo and put that right there. And in this column, I'm going to do text. So I'm gonna
Oh,
put
okay.
Text in up here. Oh, I did it twice. And I'm gonna, sorry. Not sure what happened there, but I want the text to go here, so. Okay, so then I can start putting in my contact information here, right?
Mhm.
And I want it to be lined up over here on the left. And I would put in, my phone number at this point. Maybe. There we go. And so forth, my email, my
So, yeah,
website.
we just create our
Right.
own, okay,
So you're kind
great.
of creating your own little content right there, which I think looks just as nice. Now, if I'm gonna look at it, I'll just click on save. I'm gonna go over here and preview it.
Yeah,
Not bad. And I can increase this font,
and you can put a background to it, right?
I could put a background to it, sure. Well, maybe. Let's just make it bold.
Or what you could have done if you had a background to it, then you could just make, yeah, I see, okay, we're good. Or I can create my own and just drop it in, so,
Anything you wanna drop in, you have to come over here and drag it over.
Yep.
Okay, and if you put those columns in first, then you have to put an image or a text or something within those columns. Okay.
just
here's-
like how you did Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, well, that is pulling in an image, yeah. So your background color is gonna be over here between blocks and background. You're just gonna change that stuff up right here. And then if you want to, this is just, if we do a call to action button. So the call to action button, Bella, for example, I wanna use my website. So I'm gonna click on this, I've got my button already drug in here, I've changed the wording to click here, and I'm going to go link to my website. Now I gotta go find my website. And find the property or whatever that I'm gonna use, and take that URL. And plop that in. Right here. So that when they click on this image, it's gonna take, or that click here button, it's gonna take them to my website. For that property, so I pull that up specifically. You also have now, a legal footer, if you wanna pull that in at the very bottom, drag that over, see what it looks like. Maybe.
No, that's the one I grabbed yours, but wrong mistake, yeah.
So now within this legal footer, you can't change anything here, you can't edit anything here. So if you don't like the way that looks, I'm gonna click on save and click on preview. And see what that looks like, that's fine, that works for me. If you don't like it, you can put whatever you want down there, like I did with, that one.
So, we have to have that bottom language in there.
Yes, you do need that.
You have to
You
have
can
the
copy and
bottom.
paste that, and you can copy and paste that, and put it in another text
Right.
box. It doesn't have to be this one if you don't like it.
Yeah, great.
Okay. All right, any questions so far on this design? Or how to pull anything in? Or Remus, for example.
I'm having a hard time, like deleting the stuff or saving it, meaning like I have the neighborhood trend and I was trying to delete its
So,
event walk.
so go over here and click. Sure.
I like Remus, but that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how I added that. I thought it was like a one thing, but it's not even in the little treasure. Oh.
Tell them to follow until you find it. Oh, I see. Now your green button, like I said, is gonna pop up.
When you drag
And
stuff.
you drag it, so that's where it's gonna
Okay.
end up, is how it looks, you know,
Can we add, I wanted to see how it looks when you said, okay, that's the footer. What did you call that? A divider? Right, so,
dividers here, so you just drag it over where you
so
want.
let's say I wanted to add a divider between those two.
So then you go to the green line, which is coming in.
Um,
Then you have the option to color it,
Okay.
make it bigger, wider, whatever.
Oh, so it's just a line.
And you can make it
Okay.
bigger, different colors.
Okay.
And again, it may not look just like that when you email it to yourself, so click here, save. Options. No. Just call test. Now save. Also testing now. It might look differently. I'm sure, really quickly.
So, we're creating a line, but we're not, are we able to, make like a space between the information?
Yep, I think you can.
Okay.
Look here. Let's see what it looks like though with your divider or your email.
Sure. Are we allowed to get a copy of Rima's newsletter?
I can forward it to you. It just came into my email.
Okay, I just wanted to see what, I don't get newsletters from other agents, so I didn't know what. I
Yeah,
wanted to
that was
make-
very timely. I got it this morning. I'm like, that's perfect.
That's perfect, yeah, I'm just trying to see what kind of information I want to put in there.
You can also add a video. Yeah, obviously you're gonna have the URL for this video. So let's see, back to.
Yeah, if you don't mind forwarding me.
So yeah, so like if Jill and I wanted to drop a quick little video in for, you know, our event that we're having, then we can just drop the video in there.
Yep, so when you
Nice.
drop the video block in, it pulls this up over here. So now you have to have a video URL
Mhm.
from wherever it's gonna be. And then put that information in there, and that's all you gotta do.
That's
Great.
awesome.
Let's just say,
So for the text blocks, I have mine in there, but it's really spaced out. Is there a way to close the gap and the spacing on it?
let me come look at it.
All right.
Sure. I don't know. I was just looking for a chick here.
That's fine.
Let's just use her URL.
I heard from a viewer who said she works for a major grocery store chain and they have just received a new shipment of these old formula.
So now, oh, I thought I put that in there, didn't take it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, there it is, okay. And then you're probably gonna want like a little thumbnail for your picture, for your video, right?
Mhm.
A little thumbnail. Okay, I'm gonna click on save. And we're gonna click on our little video. Nope, we're not going to yet. Let's have to publish it first. Okay, so if I now do this option to test my email, I'm hoping that video link will work here. I'm sure it will.
So why did you add an image to where that video?
You want a thumbnail for your video. You don't want that to be just blank, right? So my little, this is, I mean, whatever image you wanna put here, now if I click on this, it's gonna take me into that, oh, I put the wrong, I thought I had my,
Oh, you thought you picked up the,
yeah,
Her video link, yeah,
that's where it went.
I think it's,
Yep, it took me to my website. Okay,
well, it worked.
it did, it just must have copied incorrectly when I was doing it. So obviously I'm gonna click on this now, and I wanna take that out because I can see that's the URL that I had for that video. Now I'll be there just a sec.
Alright, that's great.
So many you asked.
There we go.
No, it's not bad.
I got it. My
Okay.
computer went shut down. It was a mess. Unfortunately, I have-
Sorry, I tried to go,
You're
so,
fine.
okay, thank you.
Okay, so now I have that correct URL in there. It's gonna take me to the little hair tutorial. So, okay,
That's
so you were
fine.
asking me, Max, I'm sorry.
Oh, just the spacing on here, like I'm trying to put like events going on here. Like it's really, is there a way to like make that not spaced out in there?
Go down.
Yeah.
it's not complicated, it's time consuming.
The cool thing about this is, once you get it set up,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay,
you have a template. You can use it over and over and over and
and I was
over.
thinking like
No,
maybe
no.
have
I
it
didn't even,
Page
I never tried
six.
that.
set up
But
to
then
where
if you,
you stay consistent with the information you're going to
Hold on,
share,
yeah,
don't get
say
too
that.
creative, make it simple, just so you can do a
And name
touch,
it.
a monthly touch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Events that are happening, events that you're doing, any, you know, anything going on with real estate, anything going on in the city. A picture or two that I don't think I can get too creative because I'm not creative. And I don't wanna be dealing with this every single month.
Still kind of spaced out.
Well, like I say, the nice thing, once you get it
So,
set up,
here,
it's really
yeah.
easy to just over and over and over
Mhm.
again. Because that would be with us, is that we would want to do it and just
That just shrinks.
do it over and over and over and not,
Yeah.
And that just makes this.
you know, recreate the wheel all the time.
I wonder
yeah,
if you push it font.
Nobody wants that,
Yeah,
no,
nobody-
no,
I could also
yeah,
do like
I'm with you.
this, and like just. That way or something.
Again, I don't know. if
Yeah,
I
that will
told
probably
you,
work. I would
but
probably do that.
I would have to put that a little
I
bit more.
sent her a text message just to let her
Yeah,
know
I think there'd be a
for
way to,
open
like-
houses opportunities. And I'm available for, you know, for showings if you guys need any help.
I'm
So
just
Sure.
wondering, did
Yeah,
you add a
great.
text, this is a text box?
always.
Text box, okay.
Yeah, because it didn't do that when I went the header, it kept it spaced like that, so there's gotta be a way to
Well,
change the spacing.
Okay.
So these are just the center, left, right, and then,
This is one.
what if I change the font? You think that will do anything?
It's just giving you the header sizes. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Alright,
I don't know if you could add it under here, if it would be any better.
yeah, because I could just screenshot the text, put it in there like that too.
And you can also do a call to action button
Or like go
here.
here and like take the, this or something, I don't know.
And if you're click here for more information, you can do that instead.
Yeah,
And you put the URL in there.
yeah, that would probably work too.
That would be your call to action button, or you
Yeah,
could add it, go back. So see the light drag it right here. And then you can select that
yeah, just link it that way.
button.
Yeah.
Might look better.
Mhm.
Some of the stuff is a little more generic with the text and things like that.
Okay.
But, okay, any questions so far? I was gonna show you now, after it's all created and done and saved, what you're supposed to do next.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so if you're all done with your design, you're gonna go click on save and then save and close. That's gonna save to your library, right? So now you have the options to start a campaign. Or the simplest one so far, the one-off is not bad either. So if we go put your contacts. And let's just, let's just select all for right now. Select all for your actions, for your check marks, for your action box to pop up here. So if you click on that action box, now you have the ability to do a one-off email. You see that, to send email down here? As long as all your contacts have their information in there that you need, an email address. Mine is telling me I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that don't have emails in my contacts, but I can go ahead and say send anyway. Everybody's blind copied, they can't see each other.
So you can do a mass email
Right.
from here.
You can select, now if you scroll down from there and you can go in here and say, check out our March newsletter, and then you can actually select the design from here. And you can pull that design in. Say select design. And there you have an attachment. I'm not sure how Rima sent hers, I'd have to ask her. But that's a quick one.
Okay.
Now, if you don't wanna do that, you can go in here and just like, let's go into campaigns. And we're gonna say create campaign. And we're gonna do an email, right? You have to call it something, we're gonna call it other, I'm gonna call it newsletter. And say create campaign. You guys with me on that?
Can you go back a little, because I clicked on create campaign and now it says direct email, social, so use direct email or email?
No, email.
Email, okay.
So when you make that template, could you share it with people on your team so they can put their information on it too?
You
Like,
already knew that with that, Kimberly?
What's that?
so like if you have a team, so everybody can use the same one and put their information on it and send it out, or?
Oh, well, that's what I was just talking about.
Yeah.
So, so like Jill and I would design it that we would send it to our combined database, which we have in our combined team command.
Okay,
We're all one team.
gotcha.
But now, if you want to just send it to your people, you can, because it's how you select your clients by tags. But it would have to be, almost have to be a template that each person created their own and then just drop the information in.
Yeah, it'd be easier to just do a mass one through.
Yeah,
So will it pull everyone's, like, from everyone's command if, like, for our group, would it pull?
do you guys have a team command or do you have individual commands?
We have a team command and then
Yeah.
individuals under the team.
Well, they have a team profile, then they have their individuals.
Right, so you would wanna do it in the team profile, because I have a team profile, just like right here, what I was
You're gonna wanna
doing.
build it in the team profile.
Yeah, you wanna build it in the team profile, so if I save it, it's not gonna let me save it, there's nothing here, but. So right here, up here, I'm under Kimberly Sherrod, Next Level Heart and Home, instead of my personal one, so I do everything under the Next Level so that it's all there.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I wanted to create something under here, I could, but it gets confusing and I threaten Jill all the time, she's not to touch it. You know, don't touch anything, 'cause
Right.
yeah, it all has to be because she forgets and wants to do it in hers, because she doesn't pay attention.
Okay, so let's go back really quickly, back into the campaigns again, so I can show you how to do this really quickly. Create campaign, email, again, you have to name it something. And create campaign. So from here, you can see the test name, or my name is test campaign. It's under my account. If I had a team account, it would show up here. And then you have to pretty much create this recipient list. Either go here to create the list and pull everybody in and say select all this way, which would be the fastest thing to do. And call it, you have to call it something. Confirm. Like that.
That means that you have to do this every month,
Now, you can set it up as a smart plan though.
but you still have to update the information.
You still have to create your,
I think
create
the other
that.
way is just much easier, because you're already updating the information in the newsletter, and then you
Yeah,
just,
I would keep the same template and then
Right.
just recreate it each month. And you can set it up on the smart plan where it goes every 30 days, but you have to obviously update your design. Okay, so here's my message being sent from and to, yeah, subject. And then I'm gonna pull in my design right here. We'll say select design here. I'm gonna pull it in. And say save. Save and close. It's gonna pull that in right there. So now I have it all ready to go.
What's the MailChimp, like kind of a basic, like what is that?
That gives you 5,000 emails a month, I believe, with command
Okay,
per person.
okay, so it just goes out from them instead of like your
The
email?
mass email, yeah.
Okay. What's the benefit of that? Thank you. Like it coming from someone else and not your
Well,
email?
let me show you something really quick.
Alright.
So Rima's came to me from this agent mailer.kw.com. That's how it's gonna look.
Mhm.
so command.
Mail by mailer.kw.com. I'm gonna forward this, I'll have it up to all of you if you wanna see it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, here comes Rima's newsletter. She always has nice newsletters. But I'm sure she just uses the same thing, kind of just pulls in some stats. Or deletes some. Depending on, the theme for the month. Okay, did you guys learn anything?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we did.
And the more you use that template, the easier it's gonna get, as far as what you can do to edit it and change things up and drag your blocks and content in. It gets a little faster each time.
Now, if you wanted to, could you design this in Canva and just drop it in and use the same, like drop it into the mailer in there or?
It would just be a design at that point.
Okay.
So then all you'd have to do is come into campaigns and just pull your design.
And
So
then
you're
just do it
basically
like that.
creating the same newsletter in Canva, right?
Uh-huh.
And so that would have to be pulled in as a design. And then,
So you would
Save it in
import
your library.
design.
right? Yes, right here, import design, sorry. And
Oh,
it's just gonna pull from your device. So you're going to, when you get over here, you see templates, images, projects, my assets. Click on my assets. And then you have to come back down here, this is kind of new, where it says company assets over here. You're gonna wanna choose my assets. And then you're gonna wanna go over here and say upload. After you click on images right here. So you're gonna upload an asset from here. And that's gonna pull that flyer that you created in Canva.
Okay.
Okay? And it'll be saved in your library that way, which is nice. You should have logos in here, in your design as well. If you don't have them, I can show you where to get them.
And if you don't have the company colors, are they in there now? Because they used to not have, yeah, okay, I see the color fonts are there. It used to, they didn't have it, you had to create your own, I see they are now.
Wait a second. Or if you don't have them, go to KWGC Agent Resources.com. And we can scroll down here to where you see KWGC logos right here. You guys see that? Click on it. Give it a sec. Our market center is 379. So we're gonna come down here and put in market center 379. Immediately you can preview or download these to your device at this from here. And then you'll have, if you do that right now, you're always gonna have them on your laptop.
It's nice, because it looks like if you just click under assets now, it says company assets, and they're there.
Click on my
Click on,
assets.
click on company assets first. Oh, they're not there. Oh, no, wait a second, go up to colors and fonts there,
Right here.
right there. Right there's the colors, the main palettes,
And your fonts.
which is nice to have. When you're creating your own and you want to use the colors that are similar.
Okay, I'm gonna end this Zoom so we can wrap that up, but does anybody have any questions? I'm here to help.
Thanks, Pam, I've learned a lot in the last 2 days.
Good.